Guyana, I am known as Esmond Syfox. I went to St. Sidwell's Anglican School. But growing up, one of my main goal was to be a musician. I played in steel band, Guyana Defense Force Steel Orchestra. I played in the military band. Right? I play in Combo 7 Steel Orchestra outside. So, growing up, I know the only record company in Guyana was Ace Records, owned by a band called Vivian Lee. And as a youth, I used to work packing chairs and table for Vivian. So every event they got, I used to be there on stage whenever they got Johnny Brough and all them brothers performing. I used to be backstage there. When they got artists party afterwards in Vivian Lee resident on the Seawall, right? He had a resident on the Seawall. We have gone over there. As a youth, I used to be there up front, right? So music and the music business is something that I've been going through and I've been experiencing from as a youth growing up. We used to like have our own group called Black Star Combo.
Oh, so you're doing sound system and anything like that?
Black Star Combo was formed by me and a brother called Charlie Warjon or Osazi, right? And based on Black Star Combo that used to be performing in 231 East Rhineveld, which is my mother's residence. My mother that passed away.
Oh, you got broke?
Right? My sisters used to be my background singer, my sisters. My brothers and Charlie and anybody who was Tunji and them brother, we used to be beating drums. Right? This is how we started. And then Ozzy Ezzy from Yoruba Singer, that brother come down, see the function, and they elaborated on it. They had a bit of guitar and a bit of, electrical instrument and drums, acoustic drums, and formed Yoruba Singers. Right? Even one of my cousins, Abiola, the girl, the first female vocalist for Yoruba Singers, she got murdered by a soldier, a military police called Angus. She got murdered by Angus, right? Abiola was my cousin, and by moving with me and thing, she go and sing with Yoruba Singers and get famous, right? She sing this song, Why Them Soldier Buy This a Father Day? And I wonder why. You never saw this one? Right? Why them soldier buy this a Father Day? Right? But yeah, it was tragic, but coming back to the music.
Them years was what, like in the 90s?
Yeah. During the time of Bornum, right? During the time of Bornum. Because Bornum was like a forefather to us as youths growing up then, right? He would tell you, we believed in him. At least that's how I see my generation growing up, believing in Bornum and what you say. You understand me? Anyway, music, continue with the music. When I left Guyana, before I left Guyana, I used to like keep live shows. First time in Guyana I promote a show is in Kai Fest, And the show promoted at in Middle Street at UC Guyana Center, right? Called Astria at the time. They changed the name now. But when I was a youth growing up, the organization was called Astria. It was founded by UC Guyana. The first show I ever get an opportunity to keep is at Astria. Right?
What year was that? What year was that?
I was a youth. I can't even remember. I think it's 1966. I can't even remember. To be honest, if I research it, I can find the information. But to tell you it off the top of my head, I honestly, I think it's 1966 or something.
Before Burnham?
No, it's Bornum time, right? So And 1966 is, I'm sure, is when we had the Carifesta, the first Caribbean Festival of Creative Art. Right? This when people come from all over Africa and all over to come to Guyana and have concerts. We go in Moko and all that place, big centers down there, and you keep concerts. As a youth, I used to like be promoting them kind of things.
So how long Burnham was she for?
Well, I was there for a while, man. When I was in my late 20s, boy, I was president.
Probably about 15 years or
Mm.
so.
Yeah. So,
Bishop and Burnham.
yeah. Right. So the music, it just keep developing. And although we shift, me and my generation and my sisters and all, we shift, everybody go different directions. I still stay in the music. Everything you do, it always come back to me doing music, right? I continue writing songs. I continue promoting shows. The biggest show I had in Guyana, right, was with some artists, Mark Bryan, Six Said, and them brother. And those are youths who grew up in my generation. And as a promoter now, I just bring them you together and we promote show all over board, East Coast, East Bank and them places, we gonna promote show. Right? Artists entertainment.
So what about the Guyanese band them like back then?
That band, one of the band I used to follow was Curtis and the MGs. And the reason why I used to follow the band is because two of my schoolmates and one of my neighbors was in the band. Right? Robert used to play bass guitar and Johnson was a lead vocal in Curtis. Apart from Curtis, the other band that we was close with is the GDF's orchestra. You got the steel orchestra and you got the live band, right? And you know, I was involved in the other piece of time, but then after I left the army, I decided, you know, my wife said, "Come on, let me go live in England." So I said, "All right, we can just go there." So I go to England, but when I get out to England, what you expect or the expectation was different to reality. Right? I realized that as circumstances change things, kind of like my daughter come on board, and after my daughter come on board.
So what year is that you go to England?
I went to England in 1987.
Okay.
Right? My daughter born 1988. And when she born, during them times, there used to be like, every time you turn the television on, you would hear this nanny abuse this child, or this nanny do this bad thing to this child and all that. And I've been tormented mentally now, you know? I say, whoa, I gotta go to work. And left my daughter exposed to this kind of thing. So I said to my wife, you know what happened? You working already, right? Because she had a good job. She used to work with British Telecoms, right? As a chef, big job, right? So I said, hey, what happened? You keep working. I can look at my daughter till she could talk. Because until such time, she could say, Daddy, she or she do this, right? Me guy don't remember. Me not fishing with nobody. This is what we had. And for like 3 years straight, me wife alone working. But although she alone was working and she was paying the bills, I wasn't depending on her. I wasn't taking nothing from her. Because this is how I stay. I could go in any country without a dime and survive. Right? Because you got out of button as a soldier and military training and all you did.
Ex-soldier must know for like, you know, grind for the thing.
Grind, right? So even I'm going to show you guys, and this is serious. Them time I used to like smoke a pack of cigarette a day, just puffing, right? And even though I wouldn't ask my wife, if I don't have cigarette, I would rather don't smoke than just say to my wife, buy a pack of cigarette for me.
Right.
Because I feel I was imposing too much upon.
That's your habit, so yeah.
You know they are them,
That's
man.
your-
Right? So, anyway, all the time this happening, I doing music. So, once I sit down now and I start doing some like store detective work after my daughter started talking and we start bringing in au pair, nanny from France and them kind of thing from Dutch after students. You know, the university students, they come, they want somewhere to live, go to university, but during the day,
They got a little work,
they look after Shan, you know? So the girl come in and I start to do some store detective work. Because as an ex-soldier now, the security business, right? It's weakening. I don't look it over and see all the weakness and say, alright, I can line myself up as a store detective, right? And start working some stores called Woolworth. Because they want to cut down the theft in the
Right,
store.
they used to got them in America too.
Right? But then it become dangerous. Store detective work become dangerous. But while I was doing this store detective work, I was doing 1 and 2 production, but not on my own as an individual. I was doing it in collaboration with other brethren them, right? But then you're doing work, and at the end of the day, when the work done, you're not seeing no result. This man gone with the tune, the man gone with the tune. So I say, what happened? I can just farm my own label, right? And I had this brethren called Paul Rodriguez. He's a publisher for Paul Rodriguez Music. And he said to me, Esmond, here what you can do? I can set up your label. This is a white guy, you know. He said, I'm going to set up your label for you legal. Right? And you're going to run the reggae for Paul Rodriguez. Because all the reggae artists, is I used to promote them in England, in East London. Right? Frankie Paul, Dennis Brown, right? Barrington Levy, Gregory Isaac. Cocotti, all them man come through, I make them come and run. Lucky D, Devon Russell, right? And the link start with Fates Borrell in Jamaica. Even Fates wanted me to be his manager. But when he wanted me to be his manager, I was too busy and then he come dead. When he put like really work with me, Fates come dead, right? But Fates, Clifton Carnegie and all them brother, I set up the lead. Alright, hear this joke now. When I go to England, the first record label I go into was Original Sound, right? The sound system named King Original. And when I go into the Original Sound, he carried me in a bedroom. He got a 2-bedroom house, right? And 1 bedroom alone, full up with records, 12-inch record, going up to the ceiling. Going up to the ceiling, right? And I said to yeah, here what happened. I can distribute all this record for you. And I start distributing the record. When the man start getting money, the man go to the people there and tell them, although I distributing the record, is you record them, and they mustn't pay me no money. So when I go to the record, the wholesaler, the accountant called me and said, well, Mr. Khan, he left this guy and said, he own the business, don't give you no money. So I said, all right, give you the money. And I walk away. So this is how me and Paul come together and form the label Rochones Records.
Okay.
Right?
That's
Paul,
like what, in the 90s?
yes, 1993,
Early 90s.
94, right? The first release for Rochones Records was in 1994.
Okay.
And it's called I Got to Do It by Arabella. Right?
English artist.
Yes. A British artist. But he got many releases. Right? Arabella should be one of the biggest British artists, but the British reggae artist.
Reggae artist, yeah, man.
But the problem is with the reggae labels at the time is that they never used to like promote the artists. They would just let the music off
Right.
and let it take a thing. But then those times you didn't have digital. So it just depended on the physical release to like sell.
Right.
And then money they used to just press it and got it in the place, building up.
So it's mostly the sound system culture will really push
The
reggae,
reggae down in England there.
So,
Right? So when I formed Rochones now, I had a delusion. The delusion was that by the time I finish a tune and they hear the tune playing on the radio or the artist hear the tune playing on the radio, I got them knocking at my door. They want money, they want my car, they want to carry the children to school and they got transportation. And they think, so I said to them, you what now? That's how the music business go. And artists, me not time for teach you or nothing. So here what happen. I can just put you up a pause and I can like spend me money for my daughter.
right.
You understand? And I put it on pause for a while. But it's in your blood. You can't run away from this in your blood.
Right.
And after a while, I just start making one song at a time. Go in the studio every time I get an opportunity. Go in the studio, build a track, right? Record an artist, right?
You've been writing there. You've been
Right.
continuing writing for
All the time I'm writing lyrics,
Mm.
right? I'm writing lyrics. But I remember one thing: the objective for Paul registering the label. He said, "Don't give nobody this music. We can push it yourself."
Right.
Right? You have to know it's a long-term thing. But it so happened come that Paul died, and after he died, his daughter took over the label, and she sell it off to P Record.
Okay.
Right? Now P Record got a publishing agreement for me, and I can't get it. P Record. Not that I can't get to the bottom
Like
of it,
I
but I
say,
didn't have the time, I didn't have the energy. So I employed this guy called PJ Jam, this is an entertainment lawyer, to do the thing. But I found out that he's incompetent because he couldn't even, he wrote the letter, he wrote a good letter, but he couldn't even send it to the correct address for the publishing company. He sent it to the previous address of Paul Rochones Music, which doesn't exist anymore because P took it over. Anyway, I decided that I will continue with myself and Paul, the vision we had, right? And that is to bring the music and bring out the music. But not only am I focusing to bring out reggae music from artists of Jamaican origin, my main focus and all the time is to develop artists of Guyanese origin, because I know that reggae music from a Guyanese perspective has got the same foundation and the same abilities as that of the artists from Jamaica, and people like Natural Black and Tamika Marshall and those artists justify my argument by standing up and living in Jamaica and bringing out music.
Right, and can show the potential that
to that caliber.
can produce,
Right? So after I used to work on the railway as a railway signalman. I went into the highest level as a signalman. I worked in the control room
England.
in England, controlling trains, underground trains, right? I was a senior signal operator, right? One of the highest rank. After that rank, the next rank is line controller, controlling the entire line. But I used to be controlling sections. Anyway, when I decided to retire as a signalman, I said, you know what? I'm gonna start focusing back on my music. So in 2021, I decided to like do a review of all the record, all the production what I had.
Right. On the time.
Can't remember of all the production I had, it's only about 3 or 4 of them I had released on the Paul Rodriguez, right? So after review and I found all the music, I start releasing them. But while I was releasing those music to build a reputation of Rochones Records, I was building new tracks, up-to-date tracks, right? And I met up with Dan Chandler. He is a Grammy producer with Morgan Heritage. And I said to Dan, I want you to build some tracks for me. He said, yeah, what tracks you want? So I said, yeah, what happened? I want to send you some vocals and you build tracks around them. Right? But I already had rhythm tracks. So I went to Forest Bar and said, hey, what happened now? I'm building some new rhythm tracks, but right now I want you to record this song. And the sound they record, I asked them to record was The Truth Must Prevail. That's a Force
band.
The Truth Must Prevail. Right? After we release The Truth Must Prevail, then by the time we release that song and it started like building up a hype around the world, Dan Chandler delivered like 3 different rhythm tracks. So I was able to like release We Have Survived, Rastaman, right? And Not Another. After that, I decided whether or not now. When how the music business set up is that you don't have to like wait till you finish an album for releasing music no more. Because it's digital. So every song, every time I release, every time I record a song, as soon as I mix it, I master it, I release it. Right? And then I release 7 tracks. And we call it We Feel Within. Right? But while I was working on releasing those tracks, I was also working on preparing Esmond 7 songs, which is 7 new songs, right? On different rhythm tracks that I already made. Because it don't really make no sense to have a rhythm track and only one artist sing on it. Because this is the problem I had with Forest Born also. They don't want to sing more than one song on one rhythm track. But for artists it's fine, but for a record label it's not fine. You can't afford to use one rhythm track for one artist and then store it. Especially if the rhythm track show that it's acceptable and it's ready, right?
But what artist willing to work with it?
Good.
It has a potential to...
Right, so after they start being difficult, I, as a label, have to make a decision, an executive decision. And I said to my label manager, you know what happened? If Force Bar, I send them some song, I said to them, would you sing this song? 6 months passed, I ain't get no song. I send them another song. But before I do that now, I said to try hear what happened now. Force Bar is 3 years, right? But I personally feel that I shouldn't have to like talk to you alone about the music. It's 3 years, right? But if I send the music and I send it to you, or I send it to Trian, or I send it to Ralu, as far as I'm concerned, it don't matter which one of y'all I send it to, I send it to Forest Barn. This is how I see it. I send the music to Forest Barn, and they're supposed to come together and deal with the music, right? Well, I think Try concept is that he's the leader of the group, and any music I have to send to Forest Barn, I must send it to him. And then he decide who will sing the song and all that. But I said no, because when I write the song, if I write the song for Forest Barn, I write it in mind with one of the artists. Like Rastaman.
One of the artists in mind.
Right. Like Rastaman, when I was writing Rastaman, and I give it a try, I said, try, I want you to sing this song because I write this song with you in mind, right? The truth must prevail. I asked him, could Trian sing this song? I want Trian to sing this song. You understand me? With We Have Survived, I said to him, how I want this song to be done is all three are singing this song and include the girl that died, which is Sonia, royalty, right? And Rallo to sing this song as an individual, as a solo artist. Because when I wrote the song, We Have Survived, I wrote it for a solo artist, not Rallo in particular, but for a solo artist. So, but when I listen to the song, Rollo voice fit the solo artist category. So I asked them, let Rallo do this song. But then, I think Try to get vexed and send me a message and tell me, they don't work for me. You see me see it like though. I look at it like we working as a team, but as the producer for the music, I direct it. Not just the producer, but I'm the producer and I'm the lyric writer for the song, right? So I have a right to say, well, I want this person to sing the song because I know who I write the song for. You can't know who I write the song for, right? And he said, we don't work for you. So I said, all right. I said to the label manager, if within 7 days they don't send the song and ask them to sing, right, we don't find another artist to sing the song. Because the label can't get all to answer. You know? So after 7 days, I went to Kenya and find this brother Chura. And I listened to Chura and said, Chura, sing that song there. And Chura bust the song. Everything to me is all I know. This is sound like a lion. It's also Afrobeat like a lion. The reggae version to it, they say, everything to me is all I know. This is the name of the reggae version. The Afrobeat version is Afrobeat like a lion, right? And the pop version is like a lion remix.
Okay.
Right? So now that project is running. I'm taking 7 songs from the last songs I've done in 2024 and 2025 and release 7 songs of Esmond because all 7 songs is what I have written myself. I have produced myself, right? And one of my friends, she said to me, you know, artists be up front all the time and nobody knows about the producer. But I think you should let them know who writing this music, who bringing this music to you, right? So this is how the concept of 7 songs of Esmond come about, because of that conversation I had with my friend, you know? So that's how 7 songs, the concept of Esmond 7 songs come about, and this is going to be the release.
Okay.
And after that, but I'm the person that picks based on life experience. I just pick the title because I choose that prerogative because of the fact that 90% of the energy is I am putting into it, right? Financially, I am the one who really like digging into it, right? But in music, it's not a one-man show. I know Guyana got a one-man band, but music is not a one-man show. You have to collaborate, right?
True.
You can't do everything on your own.
No, man, no.
Right? So, the next part what I done, I researched, well, how could I collaborate and be fair to everybody?
Yeah, man. It's different parts of the stuff make the music, you know, you can listen to the bass and the drum
Right.
and the...
So, the different collaboration technique, but what I do, what I collaborate on, or what I want to. Yeah, so the collaboration part of it is where I decided, well, look, I want to find my brethren them that is into the music, that have got facilities, that is not working at its maximum potential, right? And we're gonna like get into a collaboration agreement by sharing percentage of the royalties in every music that we produce. So as production, there's how it works, right? You share a percentage of the royalties. You call it royalty split, right? And let me tell you something, all them big companies and labels, right? Before they take any music from a small label, the first thing they look at is your split sheet. Or you collaborate, who you collaborating with, right? They only take you serious when they see you're collaborating and you're doing split sheets and you're doing what you're supposed to do for the music, right? Because it's not just about making music. It's not.
And you're not cheating the employees.
You understand me, bro? This is the fairness. So when people say, or growing up, I used to hear the word, oh, music is a cutthroat business. Music is no longer, or if that used to be the case, I never find it to be that. But if that used to be the case, it no longer exists. It can no longer exist, right? I got a clock to pick with radio DJs, cause they got radio to say, oh, this music is for entertainment only, right? Like you have to say, because they're saying it's for entertainment only, they're not entitled to pay royalty. But every person that plays another person's music, they got to pay royalties for it, you know. Even the pirate stations, even the internet stations that come up now and saying, well, we don't pay royalties, right? When they can get the FT bill, they're not going to realize we hit them, right? So all the time they're taking the music and playing it freely, right? Those who know the music basis don't mind, they're doing it. Because at the end of the day, when PRS catch up with everything we're going on with digitally, when it all come together, they still got pay.
So PRS will able to tally up from the time they in business.
You understand what's happening there? Right? So although I got the gripe to pick with them, I know for a fact that the reason why they behave like this is because of the ignorance of the technology that we're dealing with, the age that we're dealing with and all that. They don't know what's going on. But it's changing as it goes along. Right?
It's changing, but that's why I'm saying why, because I see YouTube giving, as YouTube is the one that allows me now to share people's music under the shot.
Yeah.
You can make money off it. They
Exactly,
can make money
monetizing, right? I know you could share another person's music.
You can't really monetize it, but YouTube can monetize it and make sure that person they get what they get.
Yeah.
And if a person sharing the royalty, you know, like sharing the whatever, you know, revenue you get.
Whatever revenue. So there is no unfairness in music anymore, right? As long as the person who's doing the music do the paperwork and register everything and record everything, then there's not a problem, bro. Right? But there is two ways again that music make money. Music make money digitally, which didn't exist a while back, and they make money physically by CDs and vinyls and merchandise like T-shirts and all of when you do live show videos, EPs, all them kind of thing, right? So the market is wide open, right? And I've written the business plan, I've got the research, and I put it out there now. Alright, before I left England, I got an email from a company who've been following my digital footprint, because you know, for the part from 2022 to 2025, Rochones Records developed a digital footprint of 27 releases. Right? Now they're watching that, and they send me an email and say, look, we can promote you, we can carry you to the top of everything. Right? And if we don't carry you, when we tell you we're gonna carry you, you don't pay us nothing.
That means they see that your product value something.
Right? Before I left also, I got an email saying, oh, you've been approved. You've been approved for business development grant. But I've been going for 30 years without really taking nothing from anybody. And I'm saying now I'm going to take the money, but I'm going to make sure that when I'm taking it, that nobody taking over nothing. Right?
You in control of.
Be in control of everything, what we got. And though is we gotta bring in exports now and deal with the situation. Yeah, I mean,
I got a lawyer and all that kind of stuff set up.
but Rochones Records, you got Rochones Records UK, and there's Rochones Records USA. Right?
Rochones.
Rochones Records.
Rochones.
Yeah, Rochones. R-O-C-H-O-N-E-S. Rochones, right? There are Rochones Record UK and Rochones Record USA. The company, the head is Rochones Records UK. This is where everything coming out of. But remember, Danny, now the biggest market for the label is the United States, you know. In 2024, the most streams come from the United States. Right? Alright. Finland for
In all genres or?
no. In Rochones Record releases.
Okay.
Right? The biggest market is USA. Of all the music, all the songs that it released, it come up to like 40 or 50,000, around 50,000 streams for the year. The year before that, it had must be like 4 or 5,000 streams. The year before that, it had like 300 or 400 streams.
So you're saying out of the 40,000, the US market is probably like what?
But 20 something, 27, 24, 25,000. Or even 30,000, might even be 30,000
Right,
now.
but that's what I'm trying to get at here. You know, it was like an 8% or 80%, whichever way you look at it.
Well, the next biggest market is Finland. Right? And the third biggest market is Venezuela. So, but they know the Guyanese.
People don't, that's not a thing right now though. People learn how long the work is, like I said, project, right?
Yes.
How long the project is worthy for me to look into it to see if I will purchase it or not. That's where the thing is like. Where it coming from, who is
It don't matter.
producing.
It don't matter no more. Right? As long as the music good and they like it, right? They download it.
What's it if you could say something in it about the country?
Yeah?
Yeah, I think that's what it is, you know.
Say it again.
No, they just said, you know, good
Yeah.
music, you know, from it's good music. That's what it is. I think.
But I know as long as we got the good rhythm track and we do the proper mix, get the mix proper.
Right, because that's where it starts. There's the foundation of it. That's the
Yeah,
foundation.
Mama, give thanks to the reason, you know, I don't know if we take too much information there a while ago. Find certain levels.
But we could have it. Listen.
Because, you know,
Yeah, lucky
sometimes-
still because I don't talk about this. This is the first time I sit down and reason about, you know, my tradition. And the reason why this, let me tell you something, yeah. Before my mother passed away, I had a message from a brother in California. He said to me, commemorate this story. I was going out to California when my sister passed away. And I was so upset. I said to him, me and he were supposed to have a conversation. And I said to him, look, my sister just passed away, and this was the honest truth. And I was in mental turmoil, right? As my sister my sister before me, right? And we grew, you know,
Close.
close, right? And then she daughter was behaving disrespectful, and I decided, well, look, as much as I love my sister Nalo, I'm not gonna like put up with no disrespect, you know. But I just pull aside, do what I gotta do, right? Help in whatever way. Talk to the big daughter, help in whatever way. And I said to the brother, listen, man, I'm going through some turmoil right now, and I don't think I would solve the project best to do this project now. There's the 7 songs of Esmond, but he writing the story. Esmond 7 songs, right? So by the time she did, a month after my mother come and passed, exactly 4 weeks and 5 days after my sister passed away, my mother passed away. You understand me?
I gave my condolences anyway.
Yes, my brother. Right. And although I know my mother is 97 years old, and we expect, you know she's going down, right? And you expect that.
Right.
When I get the message, right, it was still devastating, you know? It was still mental turmoil for me,
Heartbroken.
you know? The same day I write the song, when my sister died, I wrote the song, So I Can See, right? And this is because the day my sister died, my niece, she daughter called me and tell me, or a day before she died, hey up now, my sister died from cancer, right? And 6 months or 4 months before she died, is then I know she got cancer. My sister called me and tell me, right?
Another sister calling her.
No, the same sister called me. I there with my daughter in Wisconsin, and my sister called me. I said, I got something to tell you. I said, what? She said, I got stage 4 cancer, and the doctor said I got more. Right? So I said, alright, I can come down and see you and things. But when she called me and tell me, it's like 3 days before I left Wisconsin to go back to London. Right? So I said to my wife, you know what? Later on in the year, I'm going to see my sister because her birthday was October. And something happened. Anyway, when they told me that she's sick, I asked the question. I said, well, why is it my sister got cancer? You can't tell me that she got stage 4 cancer and she only just know 4 months ago that she got cancer. Yeah, you see my reason where I come from, bro?
Yeah.
So I said to them, well, what's the big secret? Cancer is not something you hide from your generation. Everybody's supposed to know because we have to take protection and precaution for yourself, right? We know it's something in the generation,
family,
the family, and all them kind of things. And the girl cussed me out by, oh, I talking she mother business, and this, the. I said to my wife, you know what, I love my sister, but I ain't going to mix up with the daughter and that kind of thing. So my sister burial didn't get to come. But they couldn't happen with my mother. Right now, bro.
Sometimes things happen, man.
So all the obstacles that take place, I still reach out to, and me and my brothers them unite, and my sister, and we bury my mother.
Show the presence.
Right? We bury my mother. So now that she's gone, it's time for me to let loose. I have no reason anymore to like hold back or do nothing. It's time. I'm 70 years old, right? I can't afford to sit back and holding on to things. I gotta let it go now, you know?
That's not true.
I gotta let it go. So this way we are done, right?
I don't need fancy and thing. I don't like the rubbish. Yo.
want to feel no say me not pay no more to me, yeah boy. In a big get the news, you see that? Them want them not true. Not for them own them yard, but them a pay no
Ready?
more too.
Ready?
You start fighting. Ready?